Hey everyone, welcome to the Dev Thing. This is the Maserati Levante S. For 2019, this has been refreshed to keep up with the times. Let's figure out if this is worth $130,000. It's a bit dirty, it's winter, things are melting, random weather. We're gonna try and have some fun with this Levante S. 425 horsepower V6. Let's go have some fun. I'm so excited. I've never driven a Maserati before. It's not the Gran Turismo, it's not the Ghibli, it is the Levante. It's all right. I can settle for a performance SUV which will blow the socks of anyone that drives this thing. It's a 3-liter V6 under the hood, making 424 horsepower and about 424 foot-pounds of torque. This thing will fly. I'm excited to go in and start driving this and see what it's all about. I have it for a whole weekend thanks to the guys here at Maserati Ottawa. So this concept, the SUV concept, was revealed in 2011 at the Geneva Auto Show, and it was around 2016 when they actually brought it to market. We got this in the Ottawa area, in the Canadian area at that same time. 2017 is when this dealership opened up and we were able to start getting access to them as well. One of the things that this brand has struggled with is keeping up with the technology, keeping up with the times. You've seen various people review this and complain about how the technology is not up to snuff with what's out there today. So when you compare it against the Audis and the BMWs and the Mercedes, this thing really falls short, at least in 2016 when they released this. So has it changed for 2019? I think it has. It has included all of the features that we care about: Android Auto, adaptive driver assistance packages, lane assist, backup cameras, 360 view. All of those features that we expect from modern sports cars or modern cars in general are now available in this as well. So now the exterior design and the interior, along with the technology, all sort of comes together to make the right package for you. As I said, this is the 2019 Levante S Grand Sport. It's the sportiest trim that you can get in its lineup. Air suspension is standard on all of the Levantes now. Let's start up the car. This is the key. That was a remote start, and it's standard on the Maseratis. Whatever lineup you get, remote start is standard. Wasn't that cool? Just the way this thing started up was just awesome. It sounded gnarly. It just woke up. I bet it will wake up the neighborhood every single time. Anyways, I'm super excited to get in and drive it. Let's show you guys what it's like. The one thing I noticed right away is that the rear visibility is, it's kind of slim. Can't really see much. It's a very narrow opening to the back. Oh wow. That sounds pretty good. Holds the revs quite nice. For 2019, this thing is equipped with electric steering compared to the 2016s and the 2017s where they were hydraulic steerings. The electric steering is necessary for all of that adaptive driver aid stuff. So good on them for putting that in. I have no idea what the hydraulic steering drives like, but Wow. Wowzer. Okay, forget taking pictures. I'm gonna drive this thing a bit more. Wow, did you guys hear that? Wow, that's some serious gnarly sounds going on here. Wow, that sounds like a Ferrari. Here, drop it in gear. Holy smokers. Now that was, can't really tell you what speed I was doing, but in that split moment in time, the whole thing woke up, and wow, look at that big smile on my face. Really, that's what you want in a daily commuter, something that you can drive every day and move your family around, do all the things that you're supposed to do, and still have fun doing it. This SUV is for people that want practicality, and for people who are, let's say, entrepreneurs or successful people that have reached a certain milestone in their life and they want to reward themselves. I hope you can hear that on the screen there. But man, that'll never get old. Yeah, that's truly a Ferrari. That's truly a Ferrari. Oh man. Oh, I can't wait to show this to my family. So again, is it worth $138,000? Morning. It's day 2 with this SUV, and unfortunately for me, it's freezing rain outside. Not so good, very slippery conditions. Can't really go on location for many things because it won't be salted and it'll be very slippery, possibly very dangerous. So we're just going to give this guy a bit of a wash, and we're going to go to some sort of a parkade so there's a bit of a shade for us to film. So see you guys soon. Primarily when I'm looking at an SUV such as this, I care about the looks. I care about the presence it has on the road. So from that perspective, let's take a quick look at the exterior. It sits so low to the ground. So low to the ground, it's more of a sports car than it is an SUV. What's special about the design of this is that it's a big car, but it doesn't look big. The front end of this SUV is probably the most favorite part of this car for me. It's so aggressive. It's like this big shark sort of eating at all the little fish as it's navigating through the sea. It's an amazing looking front end. The back end, however, it's not the most favorite for me. I feel like something's missing. When I first saw the rear end of this Maserati driving around in the city, I thought it was a Mazda CX-7 for some odd reason, a glorified, really posh-looking CX-7. But that was the entry-level model. When you go to the Levante S, for example, you get this massive exhaust and diffuser down here that changes the game entirely. And it really creates this aggressive stance for this car. I absolutely love it, but it's not my favorite. The SQ4 signifies all-wheel drive. Like I mentioned before, it has air suspension. This is how it lowers and raises the SUV. The S stands for the Levante S. The Q4 is what you see in the entry level, but the Q4 represents all-wheel drive. All in all, it's a great package. It's posh, it's exotic, it's aggressive, it's elegant. All of those things kind of define the design of this Levante S. Next up, let's look at what's under this hood. Under the hood, a 3-liter V6 producing 424 horsepower and 424 or so foot-pounds of torque. It's a Ferrari engine under this hood. It was built by Ferrari, branded as Maserati. This is not like the 3-liter V6 that you'll find in the Alfa Quattrofoglio. In the Quattrofoglio, it was a Ferrari California V8 motor that they chopped off 2 of the cylinders and they slapped that onto that car. Here, it's different. They started off with a V6 block. It's not the California, but it's built by Ferrari though. It's still a Ferrari motor, but they didn't Frankenstein it like they did with the Alfa. This thing is mated to an 8-speed automatic, a ZF automatic. ZF is taking over the planet, it seems, in terms of automatic transmissions. The unfortunate thing though is that Ferrari has left Fiat. It's no longer part of the Fiat group. So what does it mean for this Ferrari motor now? Rumors are Maserati is going to work on their own motor and they're going to replace this with the Maserati motor. That's probably 2 or 3 years away, but is it going to perform and sound as good? I sure hope so. But as soon as the Ferrari motors are gone, it may not be the same. So if you want a Ferrari SUV, now is the time to go buy these things. Go get them. When you look at buying this car, it's really important to pick the right color. I think darker colors like blacks and this deep blue is probably the right color for the Levante. Just as elegant as it is outside, it is equally elegant on the interior as well. For 2019, we see a lot of these upgraded dash materials as well. They're softer to touch, they're more premium feeling than the previous years as well. This specific model has all of the upgraded trim as well, this sort of piano black finish on the trim within the car. Everything feels very ergonomic. As soon as you get in, you feel pretty welcome, and it feels really special. I was a bit skeptical before I got into this car. I wasn't sure what to expect. The impression I had in my mind was, yes, it's going to be a great exterior, and the interior will not be up to par. And boy, was I wrong. The inside of this feels super nice, super premium, super rich. It has all the features that we expect in a premium SUV in this era. And again, the other things that have been updated for the 2019 is the shifter. The shifter, it's a welcome change, given that a lot of people out there on the internet have been complaining about the previous generation of the shifter. It still is a ZF automatic, the same one that we were used to from 2017 onwards, or from the time it was released. But the shifter was always a problem. It was super hard for people to put it into drive or put it into park, and it always skips a gear or skips a mode. But this one is super intuitive. It's super easy to use. It's like the BMWs, it's like the Audis, quite direct and precise. The steering wheel is nice. It has a really soft feel to it as well. It's heated steering, so which is nice as well. I mean, yes, a lot of the components in here are taken from the Chrysler lineup. some of these things you'll see in a Dodge Dart, for example, like the windshield wiper controls. Some of these buttons on the steering wheel, they're a carryover from some of the Chrysler models as well. It feels that way. But I really like these paddle shifters. And with the ZF Automatic, these paddle shifters do wonders for the driving experience. There are some complaints about the positioning of these paddle shifters, in that if you wanted to get to your turn light indicators, you had to go around it. Either way, you know, as soon as you start this thing up, you start to forget about all of those quirks. In the rear, there's lots of leg room. I'm about 5'11", and the seats are adjusted for my height, and it feels like a limousine back here. Lots of room, lots of leg room, lots of headroom. You don't feel cramped in here at all. 3 people can sit in the back quite comfortably. It'll also comfortably carry your family with you. My daughter's 3-year-old, and she has this booster seat, and she absolutely enjoys being in this car. As we come back to the back, it's equally spacious. There's lots of room. I mean, it's not the best volume for storage capacity or cargo capacity, but it'll be good enough to carry all my camera gear and suitcases for 2 and a family to get around. One of the things I like about this tailgate is that you can open it and close it through the power assist button on the inside of the car. Let's start this up and see what it's like. First things first, let's close the tailgate. And I absolutely love the sounds that this thing makes. It is a Ferrari motor, and boy, it is so exciting. What I really like about this is that when you turn off the car hunkers down. The air suspension drops to its lowest setting. And then when you turn it back on, it raises up to whatever mode that you've set up. Right now, kind of in this normal mode. It's not off-road, it's not ice, or it's not sport. And I turn it into sport, and then you'll see how much louder this thing gets. The car lowers down, and it just wakes up. Oh man, it's so exciting. Okay, let's go for a try. I'm gonna start it up. And let's go to sport. Wakes up. Take it out of sport, it really goes tame. It gets really quiet. There's a big difference between normal and sport. Normal, it'll be just like any other SUV. You can drive it through the neighborhood and no one will notice that you have an expensive Ferrari motor under the hood there. But you hit the sport, oh, it wakes up. Alright, let's see here. Okay, that by itself is $138,000. That Ferrari motor, the exhaust, the sound, that smile. Can't put a price tag on this. I want one. Oh boy. Totally civilized here. Oh boy, that is so livening. It's amazing. Alright folks, so what can we conclude with this Maserati Levante S? Is it worth the $138,000 Canadian that you pay for this? Is this the price of entry for being exclusive in the full-size SUV segment? I think it's worth every penny. Despite its negative points on the inside in terms of technology related to infotainment systems, you can cross-shop this with the Porsche Cayenne S, the Audi Q8. Really, the SQ8 is going to be more of a direct competitor to this. My expectations were just thrown out the roof. I had to reset what I understand about Maseratis. It's not just about the exterior, it's about the interior, it's about the practicality. Yes, the technology is a bit dated, maybe 3 years behind everyone else, but that doesn't matter. It gives you all the technology that you need. If 424 horsepower is not enough, then you can opt for the GTS or the Trofeo that's going to come out in a few months, and that will blow the socks off you as well. However, mind you though, the price, it is going to be far more expensive. The GTS, for example, is $175,000, and the Trofeo, I don't know the price, but I assume it's going to be around $200,000 or more. But in terms of what this thing can offer you, I say it's worth every single penny. You just have to look past the Chrysler infotainment system. Besides that, everything else is Maserati. Well, Ferrari, you could say. That's all I have for this video, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I want to thank the guys at Mark Motors Group and Maserati Ottawa for hooking me up with this Levante S for the weekend. It's super generous that they've been allowing me to do that. I've got a number of other cars lined up for the summer. When the weather gets better, we're gonna get a lot nicer cars as well. Not that this isn't nice, this is super nice. But we'll have things like the Giulia Quattrofoglio, the Stelvio Quattrofoglio. Hopefully they'll let me get into the Gran Turismo. That'll be pretty awesome. The Alpha 4C, all those. I can't wait. It's gonna be a pretty exciting summer. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit that like button. And as I said, if you want to see more of the content that I'm bringing to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to it if you haven't done so already. And hit that notification button as well so you get notified. And I'll see you guys in the next video.